Welcome everyone to Jacob. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. We managed to get a War Maiden from this stage while I was trying to level my future buff cleanser and yes. Now you may ask, why have I suddenly taken a liking to buff cleansers? Well, if you remember how important the Relic Pretender was, you can see I might be attracted to buff cleansers. I might want to level some more buff cleansers. It's pretty good. Pretty good to level some buff cleansers. Yeah. Looking for more War Maidens. Any of them drop. Fantastic. My War Maiden needs to eventually upgrade. Someone from my Barbarian Faction. My Barbarian Faction is starving. I'm not saying that I can't, like, the thing is, my squad, although it does, I have, like, one for each world, it's still all over the place, it still needs some fine-tuning. This account, though, has a general purpose squad that's been forged. It's not perfect. But would you really expect this account to be perfect? It's not as old as it looks. Let me put it that way. It hasn't had time to really simmer with the XP. So that's part of its problem. It just doesn't have that simmering XP in the background. That's part of the problem. It hasn't had the time to stew. So I'm trying to give some of these other suckers time to stew. Like this lady. My main thing also is to avoid inventory becoming too cluttered. I want to try to keep it streamlined. Keep the priorities tighter, keep it more streamlined. So that's what I'm trying to do. Hard because this game gives you a lot of choices. And, you have to really think about all these choices. As the game gives you a lot to think about. It really does. Yeah. Because the majority of my squad is a mixture of factions, which is a little bit of an issue, but also they all have a function, very specific function, but they do different things. I might want to get more void potions in case we get void champs in the future. We're gonna be looking for some spirit hosts. Because I haven't really covered the spirit host that much. And my satyr. Nah, I gotta cover the food first. Because I've gotta hone the core is the problem. Because there's a big core that has to be honed. Because like with what Hell Hades was saying, you generally want to prioritize. You do not want your 50s building up. So that's generally what I'm trying to do. I mean, it's challenging because there is a very strong temptation to have 50s on your team. So I'm trying to avoid that temptation. Trying to keep as little 50s as possible. That's my general goal right now, is to try to keep as little 50s as possible on my team. It's still not perfect, because at this stage of the game, making a lot of 6 stars is hard. It really is. Especially because most of the time you have to leave them at 40 for a while until you're ready to make the plunge. So that's part of the challenge of this whole thing. That's part of the challenge of this whole thing, is just to try to make sure that your champions have the necessaries. Maybe I'll do a bit of void key. Try to see if I can get some potions from that. After obviously getting these to level 30. Because what I have to do is I have to decide who's going to get to, which one of the 50s am I going to refine. Because that, it's a big deal to refine these champions. So yeah, I'm gonna go start with this, and then we're gonna do some clan boss, Doom Tower. But I gotta keep my other food and stuff rolling a bit. Because I did put a lot into Reliquary Tender, but I did it for a reason. I didn't just randomly invest. I did it for a reason. I did it because she's practically mandatory It's practically mandatory to have a dedicated cleanser. Practically mandatory. Like you can say all you want about Ninja, but he cannot protect you from the poisons. You need a dedicated cleanser to do that. There's no getting around having a dedicated cleanser that's 60. There really isn't. Also a dedicated reviver. She just cleanse and revive, which is double duty. Very few champions I have can use. Actually, no other champion I have on this account can revive that I have developed. And very few can cleanse. Maybe Spirit Host. Yeah, very few can actually cleanse. Not to mention, I have a lot of rank 1 food that has to be prepared as well. So there's that. There is a lot that has to be fixed. Because, yeah, the reason that I'm trying to use this opportunity is because I don't get that many opportunities to really get a lot of champions XP up. But yeah. Well, it also gives me a lot of silver to do this. And silver is not an easy resource to come by, especially if you need to upgrade certain people's gear. Undead Horde's faction is in shambles, though, if I'm honest. Like, a lot of my, like, I don't really have much in the way of other factions. Like, I really don't. I may work on Sacred Order later, but my main objective, as you might have known, is just to create a core, useful team. A team of champions that do a set of functions that I tell them to. That was the, like, one that does revive, one does protect, one does HP burn, one's the nuker, KO, one's a speed lead, different speed lead, he also has a heal, apothecary, they all have a job. The problem then comes, trying to cover other factions. That ends up being a major problem because I haven't covered all the factions yet. There's so much champions and factions in this game, but in the beginning I can only really prioritize a couple, if that, and I can only prioritize ones that do very specific things. So that's why I only focus on, maxing. It just so happened that two of them happen to be in the High Elf faction. I'm still trying to develop Barbarian Faction. For a number of reasons. Not the least of which is that it has a cleanser in it. And this account is full of cleansers and revivers, so I want to try to make use of such cleansers and revivers. That's part of the thing about this. The thing about the Sacred Order what's going to be tough about that is it feels like a massive sidetrack to do it, even though it isn't. With that, the main thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use the remainder of my resources to try to prepare a set of food for the next set of craziness. Eventually. Keep in mind this is all eventually because I've already got my core team going. I already have my core team prepared. Like this right here, these five, this is my core team. Right here, these five. He's Shadowkin. These two are elves. He's the nuker, and she's a nuker, and a HP burn. And then he is going to be the block revive. She's a speed lead for Demon Spawn. She's a healer for Sacred Order, and she's just an auxiliary healer. It's always good to have those. Auxiliary nuker for Dark Elves. Shadowkin nuker will eventually max him. But yeah. These could be good for Sacred Order. Lurker's just straight trash. So there's no point of me there's no point of me keeping that. I could grind that, but I'll save it for later. Barbarian is also one of my favorite factions, so that's part of why I'm giving preferential treatment to Barbarians. They are some of the most beautiful characters, women characters in this game are in the Barbarian faction. So that's also why I'm giving them preferential treatment to some extent. See, and there's one of them right there. I have one of my squad. It's not where I want her to be. One day we'll get Sylvia Boots. One day the game will finally stop being stinky and give me that chance. But until that day comes, See, the thing is, the rest of these suckers are like in semi-food status until they get to higher level. Even when she's at 40, it's still gonna be a while before I actually like give her a bunch of resources. Don't get me wrong, she's not bad. I'm not abandoning her. But she's not top drawer. Like, she has block debuffs and increased defense, which is very valuable, but she's not quite on Reliquary Tender level. Because Reliquary Tender, for those of you who are unaware, Reliquary Tender does a hell of a lot, and I mean a hell of a lot for your team. So that's why I put all those resources together. That's why I bothered. I know it's going to sound dumb, but I do not regret in the slightest maxing Reliquary Tender, as she is my first like major revive champ, right? Revive cleanse, and this account desperately needs a revive and a cleanse. That's also what my thinking around her is she's a cleanse. War Maiden, which I will be farming that more in the future. But War Maiden is War Maiden is she's important because she's going to be the drop defense. My main thing also is to try to flush out the less valuable champs out of my squad, like thralls. Flush those out. Because flushing them out is going to be important to save space. Because right now, if I don't save space, my inventory will overflow. So I really have to be careful about my inventory space. Him of that. I mean, I guess I could develop a lizard. The Lizardman faction. Because I have practically zero representation of the Lizardman faction. But again, I wasn't raring to do that necessarily. At least not right away. Especially since I basically don't have any space for them. Unless it's Haruspax or something, like a Lizardman with a revive or something insane. And even then, I already have one on my team. Like it'd be good for faction wars, but like I just don't have it in the cards really. I don't have a lot of champions in the cards just now, other than the ones that are already at 60. Like, not right away. That's the thing about this account. That does not mean I'm not going to improve the champs I have, buy their gear, or whatever. Doesn't mean I'm not going to level champs in the future. It's just I'm a bit burned out on trying to level champions that are like... There's so many champions in this game that, yes, I'll want to eventually get them, but I don't need them right this second. Like, it's not, like, urgent. The only reason I'm even bothering and focusing on her a little bit with the food is I'm trying to get her some XP because she's going to be important for very specific situations. Places where Relic Pretender can't go. Specifically, also Faction Wars. Also as a supplement to block debuffs on a more regular basis than Relic Pretender. Spirit Host can. Spirit Host herself needs upgrades. So... what we're doing here, we have a Diabolus representation. I guess I could take Diabolus to rank 5, but I don't want to do that right now. The main problem is I have too many rank 5s already with the Mortu Macabre as rank 5. That's got to change. He's been rank 5 too long. Ninja's been rank 5 too long. All these people have been rank 5 too long and need to get fixed. Let's just get her to level 35, let's say, and call it a session of the campaign, maybe. But yeah, I did all this. Like, yes, gems are a renewable resource. It's just... my main thing here was to try to improve my factions. And the most important thing right now, in my opinion, is the Barbarian Faction. And the Shadowkin. Barbarian, Shadowkin, and Demon. Those are my biggest problems right now. Barbarian, Shadowkin, and Demon Faction. Okay. So we got her that far. Another champion training event. Really, game? Alright, so... guess I could upgrade her amulet. Can. But I don't like this amulet specifically. Come on, game. There we go. Okay, I've done enough of that repetitive stuff. Alright, time to put my money where my mouth is and start climbing. First things first, I don't want them to get any ideas. Especially the Madame Ceres, that I want the Madame Ceres to get any ideas. Gotta last for. You see how long that lasts for? What the actual hell? Make sure that Madame Ceres doesn't do anything nasty. The thing I dislike the most about Rhodos is he removes my The thing I hate the most about lock cooldown skills is it actually stops my cleanse. And that's really annoying. Remember how you thought I wasn't going to transition this into Doom Tower? Think again. Because again, I already kind of have my squad. I'm just trying to prepare, you know, some moderate elements of like the faction war spots. And for some other uses, like you could always use another cleanse. or block debuffs. Because sometimes the best solution is not to take the debuffs, but to block them. That's why block debuffs is so valuable. Because it prevents the problem in the first place. The problem with this lady, Madame Saris, is she can seriously ruin you with that decreased defense. That debuff, believe it or not, is very powerful and can ruin your team if you don't keep it in check. Because the amount, the sheer amount of decreased defense on Madame Saris is very high. You literally are like only a fraction of his strong, like, survivability once she does that. That's generally why you have to be very careful about Madame Saris. Make sure you focus her. Make sure if you have a cleanse her debuff she puts on you. You know, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful on that. Oh wow, Scylla the Drake. I want that chip so bad. Game will never give it to me, it seems. Game's like, no, you can't have that champion. No. No, she's hidden somewhere in this tower. You can't have her. No. You can't have Scylla the Drakes. No. You can't have her. You can't have her. I have some, like, shard event or something. Mark my words. And you get her from the event. Something like that. 10 times chance to summon Scylla the Drakes. Get that giant leprechaun out. Oh no. Not Burgess's. Not Burgess. No. One of my best ever weapons. No. Oh no. Oh no. Gonna be hard. Stop smacking her, please. Jeez. Stop smacking her. Again, I probably should put more to Macabre in here. Even though he's kind of a weak source, he still is a Block Revive champion at the end of the day. Block Revive champions would be useful in this floor. That's why Armiger and Morty Macabre are actually useful. That's why I'm probably going to be maxing Morty Macabre somewhere in the future. Just deal with the Revivers! Vergus. Very hard to actually kill a Vergus, as you will all know, undoubtedly know. I'm amazed it was even that easy to kill one, because mine would literally last these waves for like several eternities and smack you for a reasonable chunk of damage and chunk your max HP each time that you die. Like, I kid you not, because I've done that so many times myself. I know what that champ's about. It's not fun to face one typically. But that's funner than it should have been. I'm gonna put it that way. We are going to be here a while because they have a lot of lasers. Alright, we can't go because we don't have the keys. Champions. First things first, I've gotta check her gear because I'm pretty sure her gear is. Yeah. Her gear is not in good shape. I was about to say. As you see, when you put attack champs only, it's actually a lot scarier than you think, because all of these supports I've been developing don't work. Because I have a lot of supports. They're like, you know, you're a starter champion and you're supporting cast. I take that quite literally. Most of my squad is the supporting cast. Literally. Like, Reliquary Tender, literally a support. Apothecary, literally a support. Chiragi, literally a support. All the hold up Lord Kale. And then they're like, oh, attack champions only. It's like, I don't know, 2 max attack champions. I only did the other one because she's very special to me, Scythia Flametone. She has HP burn, and she's nutty. She's actually really nutty. And I can't progress because the key's right. That's why I was even considering doing this. Alright, let's give it a go. I'm not saying it's going to work, because I have a handful of actualized champions. I have only a handful of actualized champions. 2 actualized ones to an the rest is relatively new. But they're like level 50 or something. They're nothing to brag about. Nothing to brag about. What the hell even is that champion? I can't move! Okay. Now up to these two. Literally up to these two now. There's a reason I said attack was going to be so challenging. Is because I said it was going to be challenging because I don't have the support. That's why. I don't have all the crazy supports. It's fortunate that maybe Sophia Flametongue will be a hero here. Can she be a hero? Stop stunning! What is... You thing vermin! Okay, I can. I beat it. Can't beat it yet. My attack champions aren't in good enough shape. Oh, that sucks. That sucks so bad. Yep, that's kind of why my attack champions need help. Because, as you can clearly see, most of them are not even mildly actualized. That's part of the problem. Only 2 of them are. Archer guys are real. I don't even know what they are. Yes. No, those are Queen Evils. No, that. I know it's a Xavier. I don't know what the hell that thing is back there. What is that thing? I don't know what that thing is back there. A guy. Anyone know who he is? Because I don't know who he is. Look at that. Okay, hello, Mr. Griffin. Miss Griffin. I'm not exactly sure. How are you doing today? Trimming? We could do the Magma Dragon. I want to try that. I have to remember I can only weaken the Magma Dragon. I cannot... supports I have are such a big part of my team that when you take them away, I struggle a lot of the progress that I've made in Doom Tower has to be due to my extensive amount of supports. You wouldn't know it, but these people actually, these three in the middle, do a lot of protection. A lot of protection. That's part of the challenge. I like that boss though. That boss is kind of fun. This one is not. This one is petrifyingly scary. So, basically, to get past these nasties, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna avoid using my cleanse unless I'm in a really bad bind. So, generally, because you don't want to waste, whatever you do, you don't want to waste your cleanse. If you waste your cleanse, oh, it's like the worst feeling in the world. It is literally like the worst feeling in the world. I really don't know how to explain the feeling. You lose your cleanse at the wrong time, and your whole team gets stacked with debuffs and healing. And then it's like, ew. I'll save for the boss. I have a feeling the boss is far worse than the waves. Hello, Mr. Magma Dragon! The main thing I have to remember here is not to burn it. Remember not to ever set the thing on fire. I can only weaken it. I can't actually set it on fire. Because setting it on fire is a very bad plan. I can't make it to the Eternal Dragon yet because I don't have the gold keys. If you're all like, Vaporsmith, why aren't you going to the Eternal Dragon? I don't have the keys on this account to do so. That's something to know. Now, I'm gonna wait for provoke it. Or poison. Gotta weaken. Cannot. But it's still. Okay. I'm only gonna use the heal when I absolutely need it. Don't set it. Don't set it on fire. Don't set it on fire if you're doing it. Go. Speed. Stench. I don't remember not to set it on fire. because fire is anti-productive. The HP burn, but it does not work with the boss. It does not work. And there you have it. Alright, we killed it. Keep in mind, we didn't burn it to death, but we killed it. Alright, now this boss, as you will remember, is a very scary boss. Because this boss, if you mistreat this boss, you just die. This is the first one where it's like, oh, it's not kinda, sorta mild. There's nothing mild about this boss. There's literally nothing mild about this boss. Okay. Before... There's like a dancing skit with the Home Depot. Provoke. Come on, heal him, please. Yeah, attack the drone. Attack him, attack him. Hey, you got poison. I did not say to... Damn it! I need to time that different. I need to focus him first. I hate this wolf enemy. I think his name is Blacklist, but I can't be sure. I've heard of him. Weaken his ass. Weaken his ass. Stop smacking him. Gotta save the cleanse for the boss. Because I'm in an unfortunate situation where Kale's gonna be dead for a while. Oh. Gotta get that. Protect that. Gotta save the cleanse for when you really need it. Because this boss gets a lot worse. want to hit those counter hit them. That's when it splits. That's when it spits. So I'm not confident with mine. Come on, stop. Let me do something. Stop! That's when we get the burn. Alright. Yeah. Well, actually, we'll do this in the next episode. It's very hard. The fight, you make one mistake, it never forgives you.